Hello there, coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya. This is TV 47 Weekend. To our topics. Tonight, police in Kisii interrogate baby Sagini's father Thomas Ongaga a day after the baby's eyes were gouged out by unknown assailants.
Lazima utumie bunduki na silaha kulinda mwananchi na mali yake na pia kujilinda, kwa sababu ukiumizwa ama ukiangushwa na adui, hiyo sasa hata inadunisha hali yetu kama taifa.
This is dangerous and reckless. IPOA slams IG Javeth Kome over remarks on use of guns by police.
Kwa vile fare iko juu 1400 kwenda 1400 kurudi, utaafodi hiyo pesa? Ukifika nyumbani mama amekuangalia, ndugu zako amekuangalia, watoto amekuangalia, utawaachia nini?
And the festive season has kicked off as fares shoot up a week to Christmas. Well, glad that you could join us this beautiful evening. Catherine Simolo is on the sign language docket, and I'm yours truly, Stanley Nyaringita. You can always chime in the conversation and in the bulletin on our socials below your screens right now. Now, to the first story, and which is quite a sad story. Police in Kisii County for the better part of the day interrogated the father of a 3-year-old boy, Junior Sagini, whose eyes were gouged out in a bizarre incident by unknown assailants in Marani area, Kisii County. Kisii County Police Commander Dr. Mutungi said that the middle-aged man, Thomas Ongaga, is helping the police with investigations as they try to unravel the mystery behind the heinous act. Elizabeth Atieno begins our bulletin with this story.
These were the scenes at the Kisii Central Police Station for the better part of Saturday. Heavily armed policemen are up in arms as they seek to unravel the turn of events that led to the heinous crime committed on 3-year-old Junior Sagini, whose eyes were gouged out by a suspected gang. Leaving no stone unturned, the officers today interrogated the minor's father, Thomas Ongaga, who was initially arrested as a suspect but later released due to lack of enough evidence connecting him to the crime. Kisii County Police Commander Dr. Mutungi, who spoke to TV 47 via phone, said preliminary investigations indicate that the boy had gone to their uncle's maize plantation together with his 7-year-old sister on Wednesday when a gang abducted him for almost 6 hours. The long and epic search by the family led them to a nearby banana plantation where they found the victim's face covered in a pool of blood emanating from his eyes, which were gouged out using a knife.
Mtoto ilikuwa siku ya Jumanne. Saa ya jioni hivi. Mtoto akapotea, alikuwa anacheza na watoto wengine. Sasa siku imeingia, wakaanza kumtafuta, imekuwa saa ya usiku. Hawakumpata, wakakuja kumpata saa imekuwa usiku kabisa. Mahali alikuwa anasimama karibu kwa mahindi na macho yake ilikuwa imetolewa.
At the Kisii Eye Hospital General Ward, 3-year-old Sagini is still lying on the hospital bed with swathes of bandages covering his eyes following the tragic and horrific incident that has since angered Kenyans both on and offline.
Sasa wakati niko kwa nyumbani kwangu, mali niliolewa, ndio nilipigwa simu nikaambiwa mtoto amekuja hospitalini, walimkuta kwa ndani ya samba, vile maji hakuna. Sasa na vitana ya nyumbani, saa hii ndio sijui kama lilitokea wapi.
Although young, baby Sagini is struggling to understand why darkness has covered his world. His aunt, Mary Kemunto, has been left with the burden of making the minor understand that he will never see again. Dr. Dan Kiage has confirmed that Sagini is ready for discharge after a completion of the surgical procedure, which accumulated a bill of 100,000 Kenya shillings, further calling on well-wishers to help the toddler.
What we are asking the well-wishers is that we really don't know where to discharge this boy to. So if there are any well-wishers to change this boy's circumstances, so it will be good so that the boy can have a good life.
And as darkness covers the early life of baby Sagini, his family, which recorded a statement at the Marani police station, is hoping that those involved in the heinous act will be brought to light by the long arm of the law as police officers intensify the search for the perpetrators. Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47.
Quite a sad story there, and hopefully the long arm of the law will definitely catch up with them. Now, the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, has faulted the Inspector General of Police, Japheth Koome, for what he termed as giving the police officers a shoot-to-kill order, saying the move is dangerous and reckless. Addressing the press, IPOA chairperson Anne Makori has also defended the role of the oversight body.
Tutaki kusikia umeumizwa, umekatwa na mkora na uko na bunduki. Count on the Inspector General who will stand with you.
These remarks by the Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome Friday during the memorial service of police officers who have died in the line of duty have sparked yet another turbulent trend in the sour relationship between the National Police Service and Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA.
Our attention is drawn to the unfortunate and dangerous statement attributed to the Inspector General of Police, Engineer Japheth Koome, yesterday, where he gave police officers a shoot-to-kill order against suspected criminals.
Koome's remarks, which were fully supported by the Cabinet Secretary of Interior Kitui Kindiki on Friday, telling off those who are calling on the arrest of police, has also come under scrutiny by IPOA. Professor Kindiki Friday noted that the guns issued to the police were to only defend their fellow citizens.
Maafisa wetu lazima utumie bunduki na silaha kulinda mwananchi na mali yake na pia kujilinda, kwa sababu ukiumizwa ama ukiangushwa na adui, hiyo sasa hata inadunisha hali yetu kama taifa.
Tisho na busy bodies, kuna busy bodies kadhaa ni kusema shika polisi, shika polisi. Leo tunalia hapa, siwaoni wako wapi? Ni kule nje tu kusema shika fulani. Shika fulani, shika polisi huyu.
IPOA has, however, claimed that over the years it has been indeed busy executing its mandate as per the IPOA Act, which spells out that the oversight body should put under the microscope the details of the event of crime and seek to answer the pertinent questions.
It wishes to remind the police officers where criminal culpability has been established. That is after investigations. It is individuals who have been called to account, not the service, not the unit.
But was Koome's remarks construed wrongly?
The statement was unfortunate in terms of how he put it, because you cannot at this age and time be able to give such an order to the police, because the buck stops with the person who will be able to do the unruly thing.
Enoch Makanga, a security expert, further opines that CS Kindiki should have both bodies work together for the benefit of both citizens and servicemen and women.
The CS, Professor Kindiki, can be able to take charge because the buck stops with him, because all these guys are under him. So we need just to make sure that people stick to what their mandate says.
And from that, President William Ruto has announced that his government will focus on growing capital markets by boosting investments through increased capital flows in order to create more opportunities for Kenyans as a way of boosting economic growth. The president also met with the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres at the New York General Assembly and presided over the closing of Friday's trading at the New York Stock Exchange by ringing the bell. The head of state is accompanied by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, Cabinet Secretaries Moses Kuria, Alfred Mutua, and Njuguna Ndungu.
How are you? I'm fine. I'm even better knowing that you come here.
Thank you.
What an enormous pleasure to receive.
This is my Minister for Foreign Affairs.
Very nice to.
Hey, it's me.
Right now to some political matters. In the register of politicals, our political party and Ruto has begun the process of revising regulations that touch on political parties to seal the loopholes used by parties in their favor. Top on the list is the Political Parties Fund, the nomination exercise, among others. Paul Kirobi with more.
As a section of political leaders now opting to make a choice of joining the ruling government Kenya Kwanza, ditching their political parties without proper arrangements, this as the Register of Political Parties Nderitu says she is keen on instituting reforms and changes that will ensure sanity to ensure political parties follow the right procedure. Top on her reforms include the political parties' funds and how it is shared, following the messy divorce witnessed between several parties under the defunct NASA coalition that brought together Ford Kenya, ANC, ODM and Wiper parties.
That the legal reforms helped especially sober up some of the issues that have to do with political party processes, including nomination process, the manner in which parties are able to identify candidates to participate in elections. We appreciate the role that the parties played and implemented the law, and the openness of party nominations and the fact that they were peaceful.
According to Nderitu, her office is also working on the reforms made under the Political Parties Amendment Bill that took effect early this year. Key issues emerging being the direct nomination that was highly utilized by the Jubilee Party among its candidates.
Delegate system and different systems, especially the indirect processes. The direct, where we are talking about universal suffrage and all that, should also be looked to see what are the parameters that need to be regulated. Regulations need to come on board, and working together with other stakeholders in the electoral process, including the Electoral Commission, then we see how that process then will become better in the next elections.
Other reforms that are in the pipeline include the nomination of women political leaders, with the office now working on modalities to ensure the protection of women against unfair competition in the nomination process. Even though the office says there was no much disputes in the just concluded elections as compared to the 2017 general election. Paul Kerobi, TV47.
And Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has assured Kenyans that the Kenya Kwanza government will deliver on its promises. Speaking in Nyandarua during a Thanksgiving prayer service for CS Rebecca Miano, Gachagua slammed retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, saying he neglected the region.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua insists that he will continue to lead the Mount Kenya region politically. Gachagua has thanked Nyandarua County residents for electing the Kenya Kwanza government in the August 9th election.
Maneno ya shukurani ni maneno ya maana sana. Unajua hapo mbeleni tumekuwa tukipiga kura, mtu akichaguliwa anapotea. Hana nafasi ya kuja kusema asante. Tumekuwa na rais wetu pale Wanjohi.
Speaking during the Thanksgiving ceremony for East African Community CS Rebecca Miano, Gachagua asked elected leaders to remember those who elected them and serve them diligently.
Huyu mtoto ya kawaida anaelewa shida ya watu ya kawaida, na hapa Nyandarua inataka kiongozi amezaliwa na shida, kwa sababu iko shida Nyandarua. Washa tujipange na Rais William Ruto. Tutakupatia kura yote ya Mount Kenya, na wewe ukipita utupatie vyeo, utufanyie kazi. President William Ruto hatukuandikania.
Gachagua slammed former President Uhuru Kenyatta for what he termed as neglecting the region.
Rais aliondoka akasema watu waende kwa Azimio. Mimi nikaongoza mlima. Nikasema Rais Kenyatta, tunakupenda. Tumekupenda bure. Tumekuunga mkono. Lakini hii njia ya Azimio hiyo utaenda peke yako.
The second in command has drummed up support for President William Ruto, assuring the residents of Nyandarua that President Ruto's government will fulfill the promises it made to Kenyans during the campaign period. Flora Limuki, TV47.
Meanwhile, communities living along the Meru-Isiolo border have signed a peace declaration that will put an end to the animosity between communities living in the area. 300 representatives from the Borana, Meru, Somali and Turkana communities participated in the formulation of the declaration, whose signing was witnessed today. Nation Kabale reports.
Cases of livestock theft have continued to escalate in the border of Meru and Isiolo counties, even after the leaders in the area put strategies to solve the problem from time to time.
Juzi hapa siku tatu zimekwisha, kulikuwa na milio ya bunduki, kulikuwa na wana commissioner na watu ambao walikuwa wanataka kuchukua ng'ombe hapa Mutwati. saa 8 usiku. Hiyo ripoti ilipelekwa Kamwelile.
The hostilities between communities living at the border has been attributed to livestock theft.
Wengine wanafanya revenge, wanaua wale watu ambao hawakuwa na hatia.
Today, representatives from the Borana, Meru and Somali communities met to come up with strategies that will end animosity between the communities, where they signed a peace declaration that was witnessed by area political leaders and security teams from Meru and Isiolo counties, hoping that it will bring change despite previous declarations having had their share of challenges at the implementation level.
Na tumekuwa na agreement zingine kama ile Modogashe declaration. Tumefanya hiyo agreement haifuatwi, lakini hii inataka kuhakikishia sisi tumeketi na tukakaa nje hapa tukazikizana ya kwamba lazima tutatekeleza hii agreement.
Implementation of the peace agreement, tunataka kujaribu hii amani mheshimiwa kwa mwaka 3 tu. Hatutaki miaka mingi. Tunataka kujaribu kama tutapata hii amani.
The involvement of women in peace initiative and proposed additional legislation at the National Assembly level have also been captured as a way of improving security. Other issues captured are proposed approaches to disarm residents in possession of illegal firearms, coordination of security players in the region, and way of sharing grazing resources among the 4 communities.
Vita vyetu za zamani kenye ilikuwa inachangia ilikuwa utamaduni na umaskini, lakini kufikia leo kenye inachangia msoso yetu sasa hivi ni kwamba kila mtu amekuwa na silaha haramu.
Nation Kabale, TV47.
And majority of Kenyans are shying away from up-country travel due to the high cost of travel. At the same time, food prices are marginally or in the rise. Compounding the challenges, reporter Emmanuel Haimba interacted with the Kenyans this festive season and filed the following report.
Usually, a 2-month-long holiday sees many parents return their children to countryside to ease the burden of the high cost of living. But the situation is different from the first long holiday after the education calendar was disrupted by COVID-19 pandemic, as many parents say they cannot travel with their children as fares have risen.
Naenda Kisumu na nimepata fare imepanda.
Nashindwa vile tutafika manyumbani, na watu wa nyumbani nao wanataka kuja kusafiri wakuja mjini, nao pia wanashindwa kusafiri kuja mjini.
At some bus stations from Nairobi to the rural areas, many Kenyans have been unable to afford fares to up-country and are therefore left at a crossroad of high cost of living.
But it is baigine unique. Hakuna kutravel, watu hawaendi kabisa.
Na kwa vile fare iko juu, 1400 kwenda, 1400 kurudi, uta afford hiyo pesa? Ukifika nyumbani mama amekuangalia, ndugu zako amekuangalia, watoto amekuangalia, utawachia nini?
At easy coach bus stations, the fares from Nairobi to Kisumu have risen to more than 400 shillings, while North Rift, from Nairobi to Western Kenya, the fares have risen from 900 shillings to 1,600 shillings.
Tumepata changamoto kubwa sana kwa sababu tumekuwa tukikuja na 900, saa hii imefika 1,600.
Fare saa hii tulikuwa tunaenda na 1200 Kisumu. Sasa hii Busia tunaenda na 1450. So unapata watu wanapata challenge saa hizi, alafu pesa hakuna.
Many Kenyans now fear fares could rise if the IPOA announces increase in fuel price on 14th of this month. Haimba Emmanuel, TV47, Nairobi. Usually,
right, I think 7 days actually to Christmas. Are you still planning to go to a country like we used to plan some 10 years ago when, well, the economy was cheaper? Well, you can always just, stick around at home, Netflix and chill, and call some few families for some kuku, easy and peasy, and you save a lot of money. From that, Kitui County residents have accused the police of laxity in performing their duties, a situation that has forced residents to spend the night in the cold for fear of attack by rogue camel herders who are forcefully invading the lands in search of pasture. Sylvia Nyongesa with that story.
A section of leaders from Mwingi, Kitui County today met with residents in a move aimed at exploring ways of ending constant attacks by camel grazers who invade farms in the area in search of pasture for their camels. This coming just a day after 2 residents were killed allegedly by rogue herders in Kitui County.
Naona tumechemka zaidi, hatuwezi kuongea tukaelewana saa hii. Labda tutakuwa na kikao kingine.
So far, 6 people have lost their lives and many others nursing injuries as a result of the ongoing standoff between residents and camel herders from neighboring counties, despite a directive by Eastern Regional Commissioner Evans Achoki to drive all camels away 2 months ago. Residents have accused the police of laxity. They say they are forced to sleep out in the cold for fear of attacks by herders who forcefully invade their land to herd their camels.
Mashamba yetu ni private property. Hatuwezi kuwa na watu, kuna mtume kichakani na anarudi katikati ya kichaka, anasema hawezi akaendelea mbele hapo. Sasa na yeye ndiye akona bunduki, anataka sisi kama wananchi tufanye namna gani?
However, police have assured residents of their safety, warning them against taking the law into their own hands.
Hatujashindwa, usitusaidie, tuachie sisi nini kazi tufanye. Mimi nikigongwa hiyo risasi, niko na license ya kugongwa na niko na insurance, lakini wewe yafaa uelewe, mahali utaona bunduki, mahali utaona ngamia, there is a probability unafara hapo. Sasa wewe ukitoka na mshale waenda kufanya nini?
Sylvia Nyongesa, TV 47.
Right, let's jump to the wonderful world of sports, and Kevin Odongo is earlier today in fine form as he scored a late goal to help Posta Rangers defeat FC Leopards 1-0 in the matchday 5 of the FKF Premier League at the Nyayo National Stadium. Odongo's goal in the 80th minute proved the difference in the game to help the Mailmen secure their first win of the league as they climbed up to the 5th position on the league standings on 5 points, only one ahead of FC Leopards, which dropped to 10th on the log. Also, KCB FC got back to the winning ways after thrashing Bidco United 2-1 at the Thika Stadium, courtesy of a brace scored by Kennedy Ochina in the 40th and 72nd minutes respectively. Ulinzi Stars drew 1-1 with Sofapaka.
I think my players have persevered because it wasn't easy playing against an able opponent. But the most important thing is that in the process of building, we have 3 points. And I think we can be in a position to do our things soberly and focus.
Now, is it a fault or not a fault? That's what I was speaking with the referee. For me, it's a fault because Casey is just trying to protect the ball and the guys touch him. He said no, so I don't know. But it's even not that the problem. After the goal, you know, Casey stayed, I think, at least 5 minutes on the ground. This team tried to win a lot of time. And at the end of the day, we have 4 minutes additional time. So it's a little bit special.
And residents of Umoja 2 Estate in Nairobi earlier today participated in the 20th edition of the Zoezi Mtaani fitness program that aims to promote peace and sensitizing Kenyans on the importance of embracing sports so as to improve their health. The Zoezi Mtaani program, which was held at the Tumaini Primary School, saw Kenyans gather and perform various physical fitness drills as they were informed over the importance of engaging in sports as a way of avoiding the use of drugs. Speaking after the fitness drills, Zoezi Mtaani program founder Silas Otieno stated that they intend to traverse the various parts of the country in order to raise awareness on how engaging in sports can turn Kenya into a healthy nation.
Message yetu bado ni same, tusaredirate tuwe fit. Response ni mzuri. Attitude ya watu mtaani towards zile vitu tunafanya.
Zoezi Mtaani imekuwa poa. At least imekuja kutufundisha about keeping fit and we are thankful for that. Kwa mama wanono kama mimi ningewaambia to keep fit, tujitokeze because sometimes kukua hii weight yetu inaleta magonjwa mengi sana, but keeping fit ni poa. Like mimi leo nimefanya sit ups, mbona nimekatika pale, nimejaribu.
Haijalishi age yako, haijalishi ni nani, kwa wanawake, wazee, vijana, wote wamejitokeza kwa hii shughuli ya leo. So tumefurahi sana na tumeshukuru sana. At least watu wamefanya fitness, wamesikia wako sawa. At least hii fitness inafanya mtu anachangamka. na inazuia pia maradhi mingi kwa mwili. Unajua hizi mwili zina ugonjwa mingi, so at least ukiwa keep fit unaepuka kwenda hospitali, vitu kama hizo.
Hili ni wazo ambalo ukiliangalia kwa undani ni kitu ambacho kina uzito mkubwa sana, kwa sababu sasa hivi ni festive season. Vijana wengi wamefunga shule na wengi hawana vitu vya kufanya, hawana vibarua. So tulipoona wazo hili tuliona kwamba ni